Now this is a knife. Sometimes I get stuff in that is just so cool and so impractical and so I don't need it, but it's just very cool. And this is one of them. And I don't need it for a number of reasons. It's a fixed blade and I don't need a fixed blade. It's ginormous and I don't need that either. But I kind of like it. This is something I didn't even know existed until my friend Steve reached out and asked me if I wanted to check it out or if I knew anything about it. And I told him I knew nothing about it, never heard of it. So this is made by Reeve Knives. This is the Green Beret. This is the civilian version of the Yarbrough knife. Now the Yarbrough knife basically looks exactly like this. It's the same, but more black and whatnot. But so the Yarbrough knife is given to you when you graduate Special Forces training and you get to be a Green Beret. They give you a knife that you have to sign for and whatnot, making it government property and all that. So you're not allowed to sell it. But it's basically the same knife and it's serialized and recorded so they know that, hey, Dirk, you got number 775, whatever, so that you can't sell it. It is Steve's Grail knife, is a Yarbrough. He couldn't get that, so he got a Green Beret instead, which is super freaking cool. These are $325. You can buy them on the Reeve Knives website. And we'll go through some of the specs here in a minute. It feels great in the hand. You can choke up on it. And it makes me just want to go outside and stab the frickin' fence. I won't do that because it's not my knife. But it would be really cool to do that. Or stab a car door. Or a hood. I don't know. Makes me want to do something silly and dumb like that. But I won't because it's not my knife. So, let's talk about the specs of this thing real quick. It's 12 and a half inches overall. Barely fits in the camera view. The blade is just a hair over 7 inches with a 6.25 inch cutting edge, give or take. Behind the edge, not that it really matters on a fixed blade, but it is 0.031. It is CPM 4V. Blade thickness is 0.221. Overall thickness is just a hair over 1 inch at the big swell here. And it feels just great. Oh, man, it feels good in the hands. The knife alone weighs 12.7 ounces. As a unit here with its nylon sheath, with a plastic, I don't know if it's a plastic insert, but there is... I don't know. Maybe it's just doubled up. There is a harder shell inside of here of some material to keep it uniformed. So as a package, it's 1 pound, 1.4 ounces. So it does have a snap closure on it. It does have snaps here to go onto your belt. It's got some Velcro here to do some different options with. And then it has, like a leg strap if you wanted to unravel that. And, normal affair. Nobody's going to use these things. Are you? I don't know. What do you do with a big honkin' Crocodile Dundee type knife? So it has micarta scales. Really nice coating. And what I really appreciate is the top of the spine is crowned slightly, so it's comfortable. Nice looking swedge. Nice drop point. Really just an awesome looking knife with a little bit of serrations here at the bottom end. It was designed by William Harsey, I think is how you pronounce it. Just a good looking knife. A little bit of marking on the blade. Made in Idaho, of course, like all Chris Reeve knives. And CPM 4V. It's pretty cool in a sense that I don't need it. Here it is next to the Mini Hellraiser by Jim Skelton. Again, a knife that I didn't need. But it glows in the dark. So it brings me joy. And it was Jim. Well, Jim made it. This brings me joy because Jim owned it as the first Hellraiser. So this is the first custom Hellraiser. And this is a more current Mini Hellraiser. I don't know. It brings me joy to own both of those. What can I say? Much like this guy, I don't carry this guy because, well, I don't. I have done a video on this, so you can check that out. It comes in a very nice horizontal leather sheath. I don't know. This is like a backpacking, chop down, like you bring this instead of an axe, I think. Because you don't need an axe. You can cut down trees with this thing, and then you could split them, and then you can cut your apple up, and you're good to go. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what more to say about this other than I didn't even know it existed. Here it is next to the Fixed Battle by Frank Fisher, which is also a fixed blade that I don't really carry because, well, it's kind of awkward shape in its sheath and all of that. And again, I just don't really have a use for fixed blades. Lancelot Leather made this leather sheath, and it is absolutely better than the cardboard that I had it wrapped in for a while when I got it from Frank Fisher. Let me know in the comments if anybody has this, and if you do have one of these, do you use it, and what do you use it for? Now, the other thing that Steve sent, he sent in a couple of other knives, which I will do videos on shortly. A couple of Benchmates. What was really cool about it, and so anybody that is going to send in unique pieces, he sent in the Chris Reeve, paperwork on it, wrote a little note on it, and then wrote in some stuff about the actual Yarborough. So that's just super cool that he took the time to print that out and include it in the box. So Steve, thank you very much. It does help me if you're sending in non-normal pieces. You know, if you're sending a Spider Codelica, you don't need to print that out. I got it. But unique pieces, one-off pieces, things like that, that's super helpful. He also sent in some jerky. And I know a lot of people, after I did the unboxing, everybody wanted to know how the fish jerky tasted. I have tasted it. Fish is not my big thing, but the jerky was good. It was a little spicy for me. I'm not going to lie. And it was pretty salty. But there was only a tiny hint of fish taste, if you will. And I would probably bet that if you didn't know that it was fish jerky, that you would not have picked up on that or tasted that. So I am going to an event at the end of August, and I will probably still have some of that jerky left over. And my buddy Will absolutely wanted me to bring some if I had not finished it. So I will likely have some down there, Will. Or actually, I think I'm going to see Will about a week before that event because he's driving down and I am flying. So I'm going to give him some cutlery to drive down with him so that I don't have to put anything under the plane because it always makes me nervous. And I can't be down in LA for a weekend without a knife. So, yeah. Anyway, this is a very cool knife. Steve, thank you. The fact that it's only $325 makes me kind of want one. But it would just go on the shelf with all my other fixed blades that I've never used. So I may have to exercise self-control. Anyway, I will put a link to my fixed blade playlist up over here in the corner if you want to check out the other fixed blades that I own that I never use, or that I've reviewed and I've still probably never used because I don't need a fixed blade. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.